I'm a custodian. My job at the school is to clean up the area that we're sitting in. Floors need mopped, windows cleaned, garbage picked up, recycling done, anything that would be considered clean up after students are here during the day.
Mr. Carnegie founded the Recycling Club at State High in 2014. He had been through a long process of preparation and finally got the club to run with the approval from the school.
November of 14 is when I started looking into this. January of 15 is when I went and got permission from the people that I work for. They, at that point, steered me in a direction that I needed to go to the high school administration. And then after that, I started out in counseling. I was looking for students who needed community service hours. I was figuring that if I could make up students with community service hours, that would give them a reason that they would be willing to do this, and it wouldn't be just doing it for nothing.
The club was originally started in the old building. Mr. Carnegie's idea of starting the club was inspired by the recycling bins outside of school.
I started this because nobody was doing it. We have recycling bins outside the building that when we were across the street, I'd come in and go to work and take recycling out at night, and the only thing that was getting recycled was what I was putting into it. It took me a while to figure out how much material would be there. And once I did that, I decided that it was time to do something so that the stuff that was, instead of going to landfill, it needed to go to recycling. It ended up being, on one area, 300 pounds of recyclable materials a week. And if you go through and add up how many weeks school is, it's a considerable amount of stuff. It was pretty easy to project how much recycling materials we were getting a week, how much we saved out of the garbage, how much we saved from going to landfills. Moving over here was a little bit different. This school's a lot bigger. There's a lot more to recycling here because of the size of everything. Typically, we have anywhere from 3 to 12 kids, depending on what's going on. During the first part of the year, it's a lot easier to get students to come. Towards the end of the school year, it's harder to get kids to come because they lose interest. A lot of them come get their community service hours, and once they get their hours, they kind of tell us, they're going on to other things, which is fine. One of the things that I would say to the students at the end of the day when recycling is, next week when you show up, make sure you bring a friend. For the most part, that works. Not as well as I would like, but we're getting better. We're getting more notoriety. There are advantages to doing and helping with recycling. You can get community service hours. We give a t-shirt once you make so many meetings. We try to do things in such a manner that it's fun. I do my best not to play on the idea or the thought that this is the right thing to do. This is something that I'm hoping people volunteer for. I hope the skills that they learn here follow them through life, and it's something that they can use every day. Recycling, when it's done properly and if it was done correctly, is something that it's not dirty. It would be an issue of picking up bins, putting bins in bigger bins, and carting the stuff outside. All we got to do is find better ways to keep paper and plastics out of the garbage cans, keep trash and gum and food out of the recycling bins. If we can do that in one classroom at a time, 2-3 months down the road, we would have a viable recycling program where students after school could go and just pick it up. We wouldn't have to sort through the garbage. Each room, there's a plastic bin, there's a paper bin, and there's a trash can. You put the garbage in the garbage, the plastic in the plastic bin and the paper in a paper bin. What happens is people put plastic bottles in the garbage can instead of here. Or they're put, this didn't get emptied. You can see the paper that's in there, that's what should be in here, but there'll be gum in it, there'll be trash in it, there'll be things that aren't supposed to be in it. Same thing with the plastic bin. If we can get the recycling managed at this point right here, it makes it very, very easy to recycle. People just go through, they grab the paper bin, grab the plastic bin, throw it in the big blue bins, and go on to the next room. I can go through when the recycling's set up and done in 20 minutes. It's not a big deal. It's not hard to do, and it doesn't take a lot of time. Where we need to focus right now is right here. Getting paper in a paper bin, plastic in the plastic bin, and the trash in the trash. If there's any questions in regard to is this recyclable or not, all you have to do is come, get a hold of me, come see me. I can't really say been trained, but I spent quite a bit of time when I was setting this up with Center County Recycling, and we have a pretty good idea of everything that we need to do and how we need to do it.
Video created by Olivia Zhang, WSCH.